Another time for some scary adventures. Oh yeah. I am pretty sure that some of these activities would have shocked you, but turns out they were predicted way before they happened. Shocker, right?
In 1555, Nostradamus made 942 terrifying predictions. A lot of those prophecies have since come true. In 2024, he predicted that China would become the leader of the world both politically and economically. He also predicted we would see elected the last president of the United States. That's not all. He got very specific when he said the last American president would be black. Did Nostradamus predict that Kanye West would become president?
If you recall, there was a time NASA was obsessed with exploring what lay deep in the sea. So why did they stop? What did they come across that scared them off?
Have you ever wondered why NASA stopped exploring the ocean? NASA started exploring the deep sea in 1958, but stopped in 1978. After that, they started working on getting us off the planet. They even detonate a massive explosion in the ocean in 2021. What did they discover down there? What are they so afraid of?
The game of the future. In this coming clip, you would see the game that predicted some of the events we have seen, but there is more.
Is this card game warning us of the future? The card game was released in the 1990s, and it seemed to predict world events with startling accuracy. The card game included references to events such as 9/11, natural disasters, and even the pandemic. This card game was called the Illuminati New World Order. Many believe that this card game was created by the Illuminati themselves as a way to communicate their plans to the world. Others believe that it was just a coincidence. But with so many events seemingly predicted by this game, it's hard to ignore the eerie similarities. But whether it's fact or fiction, one thing is for sure. The Illuminati and their alleged plans for a new world order remain shrouded in mystery and intrigue. And so do the question.
At first, it seems like a joke, but it does get serious real fast, and it is very creepy.
Oh, tiptoe through the window, by the window, that is where I'll be. Come tiptoe through the tulips with me.
We aren't seeing things that are not happening yet, right? So, do you mind explaining what is featured in this video? Why does it seem like the road is not ending? Or is that just from this end? Okay, bye.
Daisy, Daisy, give me your answer too.
I bet you would think that you were better off not knowing that these urban legends existed. Too bad now.
She must have been out of her head.
You could be taking a video of a fun time with you and your guys, then suddenly you realize that someone else is in the video.
These girls were in a carnival game. The strange thing is that there were only 3. Although for people appear in the video. Wait. The girl in the back never existed.
In this video, you would come across certain instances of disturbance with unknown causes. It gets weird pretty fast.
お前さ、何しに来たの？てかお前犯人やったのこれやったの？おい、答えろよ。え？
so many things that are weird about Egypt, and it begins with the name. Check out all of this in the next clip.
A lot of things just don't make sense about Egypt. For example, no mummy or hieroglyphs have ever been found in any of the pyramids, so why then do we still think they are burial chambers? The ancient Egyptians refer to Egypt as Kemet. It wasn't even called Egypt, and we still can't explain how the pyramids were built. There is evidence that the Sphinx is much older than the ancient Egyptians themselves, and we even have hieroglyphs documenting restoration work on it. The weathering patterns do not match something of 4,500 years old. They go back much further.
It is just rats, right? So why does this look so creepy and weird? Do you know that there was a superior civilization before Egypt that had been cleared out by water and fire?
Around 500 to 600 BC, Solon, the Greek lawmaker, visited Egypt. He met with an Egyptian high priest who welcomed him. The priest told Solon about a superior civilization who had been destroyed by water and fire. He said that the gods had purged the earth and that this superior and advanced civilization had been known by the name Atlantis. The priest continued to ridicule Solon's distinct lack of knowledge and told him how unsophisticated the Greeks were to think that this is the first time civilization had come this far. He said the Greeks are a young civilization in comparison to the Atlanteans. When Solon questioned the priest more, he told him that civilization has existed many times. The earth has been purged many times over. All of these times have been recorded, and we hold records of them here in our temples. He said that the Greeks and their people have only experienced plagues and floods, but no knowledge of all that happened in old times in this land or their own. The priest continued to tell Solon of the times before the Greeks. He said, "Solon, concerning the people of your country, the history you hold is little better than children's tales." A bemused Solon continued to listen to the priest. He said, "For, in the first place, you remember but one flood, though many had occurred previously. There was a time, Solon, before the greatest destruction by water, when what is now called the city of Athens was the bravest in war and extremely well organized in all other respects as well. It is said that it possessed the most splendid works of art and the noblest civic organization of any people under heaven of which we have heard anything about." The priest continued to explain the character of the city and the people that preceded Athens 9,000 years earlier. Regarding the citizens who lived 9,000 years ago then, I will tell you about them. For in front of the mouth which you Greeks call, as you say, the Pillars of Heracles, there was an island which was larger than Libya and Asia together. This island was called Atlantis. The priest continued to tell Solon all about their great achievements and advances in technology before a great flood destroyed Atlantis. Solon reported back his findings, to which it was passed down through generations until Plato documented the visit. Perhaps in that case we have known where Atlantis is all along. We have just not been looking there.
The tomb of the god of the underworld? In this video, there is a dive into what the tomb of the god of the underworld looks like.
So we're 100 feet down now. What is this?
Susie, this is the tomb of Osiris,
The god of the underworld.
if you will look down here, I will show you what is here. Look, there is the second part of the sarcophagus. Goes down, I think about 1 feet. And up, you see what we did. The lid is up, 11 to 12 tons weight.
And how could they get 12 tons down 100 feet?
You know, when they cut the shaft, they fill the shaft with sand, and they cut side shafts. They take the sand from the side shafts, and the sarcophagus will come down piece by piece.
Archaeologists agree that below the Giza Plateau lies a network of tunnels. Could this be the center? A gateway? Our first evidence is stunningly revealed.
Watch the full video by following the link in the comments or description.
Now you see me, now you don't. Check it out.
María.
At first, you think it is a toy, then you get to see that it is something more. This would have you holding your clothes.
Oh my God! What's that? What's happening? Please stop it! Oh my God, I'm going away, I'm leaving because I'm going away, I'm going!
It is always something with the stairs. This time around, it is a bark sound.
Poco estoy haciendo compañía hoy, pero ya estoy sola. Todo el día se escucha un ruido de abajo. Y la verdad que no sé. Ay, la con olor a algo ahí. Sora. Sora, subí. Ay, no, Dios santo. Nera.
So, how would we explain this strange skeleton found on the floor of the ocean?
A strange skeleton was found in the ocean.
What on earth is that?
It's just going and going and going. Here we go, we're going in for a... Oh, whoa! It just powdered, disintegrated. I did not expect that.
The shape of these vertebrae make me think it could be possibly a snake or a fish. However, all the snakes that actually live in the ocean are pretty small, and this looks a lot bigger. Is it possible that this is a skeleton of something much older?
It's the same length as the largest whales. But this is not a whale. A whale's vertebrae has a series of bones known as transverse processes protruding from it. The skeleton in the clip does not. The largest prehistoric fish we found evidence of is the Leadsichthys, a terrifying creature so large, early fossil hunters mistook it for a stegosaurus. These monsters weighed 45 tons, 7 times heavier than an elephant. This is no fossil, but a skeleton of a creature that died in the recent past.
Are there species in the ocean that have survived the mass extinction event?
It starts with the wife, then it proceeds to the husband. Simply tragic. All we have to say is that you wait for it. there is something coming just at the end.
Scariest videos on the internet part 4.
Vet ju att det var svårt.
After all of that, we have to run.